If you don't remember, it's the same building that we did a secret lair video. The gentleman is one of the owners. He's kind enough to give us access today. I'm going to do a little project for him, actually. We're going to do something called a Gaussian Splat. I'll get more detail for you from the gentleman that's teaching me how to do them. After we get a couple of passes around the building, he'll take that away. He'll put it into a software that will render that out basically into animated footage. I mean, it's really what it is.
Take off. Home point updated.
So tell me about the Gaussian Splat thing.
So the technology is a new form of computer vision. It's been around, it was either 2020, 2021, so it's really young. And like almost every day I find a new academic paper proving how it can be better. And then there's so much free code out there, you can just make a job of testing their code.
What would I use it for? What would I use Gaussian Splat for?
So I think most of the areas where it's going to impact, so directly related to what I do in the AEC industry, is it's going to be how we map sites for something as simple as just, you know, reconnaissance for a site. You know nothing about the site, you don't have plans, you don't have a survey. You know, let's figure out what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we're seeing it. So if you're familiar with Matterport, have you seen those guys? So,
yeah.
So they use like a form of photogrammetry, quasi laser scanning, I guess you'd call it. And they do these really nice dollhouse representations of interior spaces specifically. And so Gaussian splatting is really powerful because you use the same, basically the same workflow as doing photogrammetry. You even use, with stereo photogrammetry, you're just aligning two images based on salient points. So you go through that same step, but in this case, it creates these things called splats. But the way we're using it is a new way to document with higher fidelity. It takes a few minutes in the field, capture a nice 4K video, and then it takes, depending on the speed of your computer, 10, 20 minutes, and you've got a deliverable. You've got effectively a map of the site. We're going to see something that was a really nice, usable product through photogrammetry be elevated to the next level of quality. I was speaking with Jonathan Stevens, the NeRF guru, on YouTube. He's produced so many step-by-step guides. I contacted him. I was like, well, how can I take into account scale now, right? Because just like photogrammetry, it doesn't have a scale. I'm searching for the right code that we can then control it and use it as more of a construction tool other than just a visualization. Right. And I was working with my architect friend, Dan Adams, and he's building a new home for himself. They ran some plumbing lines, and he wants to make sure they're documented before they're covered up. Well, the site is 4 hours away. He called his friend or family member down there, had them go to the site, take their iPhone, and just walk and look at everything that's going on. Sends him the video back, drops it in, and a few minutes later, he has a complete map and knows exactly where those underground pipes are going to be. Awesome. So,
great use case.
Yeah, and then in like GIS and subsurface utility engineering, that stuff gets put in the ground and it will have some level of documentation, but never good enough for when it's time to come back and make modifications to tie back into that for a new development.